Hi guys, I'm back again today with another video, and today we're checking out your rights as a European. So, I don't think I know. It's probably similar to our rights, but I want to see also the differences if there is. There probably is, right? But anyways, beautiful peeps, yeah, before we do start, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell button. And also if there are videos you want me to check out, let me know down in the comment. And if there are like stuff that were missed out in this video, let me know in the comments as well. And let's go straight into the video.
There are 500 million people from 27 countries
Mm.
living in the European Union. We have the right to live, work, travel and shop anywhere in Europe. We make over 1 billion cross-border trips every year, and
Wow.
12 million of us live in another EU country. But sometimes we face barriers to our rights and our freedom to move across Europe. The European Union is working to make sure everyone benefits from the same rights in everyday
Mm.
situations. If you're one of the 75 million Europeans who fall victim to crime every year, you will have the right to support, protection and access to justice wherever you are in the EU.
Oh, that's interesting. I never really thought about that, actually. I mean, it makes sense, but okay.
Every year, 8 million Europeans are accused or suspected of a criminal offence. To guarantee a fair trial, they will have the right to information, translation and interpretation, access
Um,
to a lawyer, and to contact their family and consulate. There are more international couples too, around 16 million of them. The EU is agreeing to common rules to simplify the handling of joint property and to enable couples to choose the national law which applies in case of divorce.
oh, wow, really? So, do you make those decisions before marriage or you can do them after? Like, for example, I am Italian and my partner is French. And do we make, and then let's say we live in the Netherlands, right? Can we choose from our countries, but not from where we live? Somebody explain. I know I'm making it more complicated, but I like the complexity of that question so that I understand better how it works. Why am I even asking? Just curiosity's sake. It's not like I'm gonna, but it's just fascinating to know all this stuff.
The EU is agreeing to common rules to simplify the handling of joint property and to enable couples to choose the national law which applies in case of divorce.
Mm.
If you're one of the 90 million Europeans travelling outside the European Union every year, or one of the 30 million Europeans living in a non-EU country, rest assured, if you lose your passport or fall ill abroad, you can ask for help from any EU embassy of any EU country if your own country doesn't
Oh,
have one there. For the
nice.
97 million working women in Europe who earn around 17% less than men and make up only 12% of company boards, the EU is pushing for equal pay and equal access to decision making.
Interesting.
One
Tell me, if you're from an EU country, tell me if it's for you personally beneficial or not. Because as I'm listening to this right now, I feel like it's really good. It's a really good thing. I wish we had that. We do we? Mm, maybe I'm not sure. But anyways, I mean, not really, but similar. Like, do we have something similar in the Southeast Asian, like the SIA? I'm not sure, SIAN. But anyways, it's good because, like, for example, I'm in the Philippines, and in the Philippines, we don't have a consulate for. I can't think of a country that we don't have a consulate for right now. But let's say we don't have a consulate for France. Um, so you can go to the Spain consulate or the Spain consulate. Interesting. That would be so much easier rather than like mailing your stuff to another country, or how do you say this? Yeah, like mailing your stuff to another country. It's so much easier. You could just go there in person, but in a different place. Interest.
pushing for equal pay and equal access to decision making. 1 in 6 Europeans have a disability of some sort. They should have equal access to goods, services and technology, whether it's getting a job, taking a bus or
Mm.
surfing the internet. With a population of 10 to 12 million, the Roma are the biggest ethnic minority in Europe. As EU citizens, they have the same rights as everyone else, without having to face discrimination or exclusion.
Mhm.
Thanks to the single market, consumers can shop anywhere in Europe. But only 8% of us currently buy online from other European countries. New EU rules will make it easier for online shoppers to find their favourite products in other EU countries, with the option of
Oh.
choosing a European sales contract to safeguard their rights. For example, when returning goods.
Mm.
These rules are good for the economy too, because businesses can trade anywhere in Europe under the same rules. This cuts costs for companies, especially small ones, which make up 99% of companies in Europe. Your personal data will be safeguarded. 70% of EU citizens are concerned that their personal data may be misused. That's why the EU is working to strengthen your right to access, change, or delete your data, as well as the right
Mm.
to be forgotten, letting you remove data after you no longer want it to be used. As a European citizen, your rights are protected at home, abroad, and online.
Oh wow. Okay, that is nice. I didn't think this was going to be particularly to like EU, but it makes sense now that we watched it because I don't know what I was thinking. I'm dumb. Because I was thinking like the entirety of Europe, but then that doesn't make sense because you have so many countries and they're not all gonna have the same laws, right? Or rights. So it makes sense that it's just the EU. Mm. Are there? I think there are some European country. I mean, EU countries that don't use the same currency. If am I talking shimenkos right now? Do all EU countries use euros? That's you can use the euro in 20 EU countries. Da, 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 da. More about the EU countries do not use euros. So some do not use euros. I see. Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, so it's right. Some of them don't use the euro, use the currency, the same currency. What is English sometimes? But, anyways, if you have more information or context to this topic, let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys for joining, and I will see you in our next video. Bye.